welcome back to another video. Getting a late start. Today is Tuesday the 10th of February. And in my prior video, I was helping a guy named Mark put in a water pump in a truck. That's why my day is getting started a little later. No, that was actually earlier to start. You know, my normal where I was going to go to the library and stuff. So that's where I'm heading now. To delay there. I was watching traffic and get kind of tied up. Waiting on that. Sometimes that distracts me from the fact that I'm actually filming. Oh, I'm going to take a left here. I was going to go that way, but that way is a little bit out of my way, and I've already went that way the other day looking at some locations where there might be some other jobs. It's really weird. I just haven't felt what it is I'm supposed to do for a job or income. You know, I put in a lot of applications, I went to a lot of interviews. It's not like when I worked at the foundry. I knew I was supposed to go there. I knew it, you know. I could just feel it. And I worked there for 2.5 years. And in the past, it would have been really hard for me to leave a job. I just kept putting up with it, you know, or whatever. They did a bunch of mini splits there. It's good. God was telling me to go, and I kept putting it off and kept staying there longer. Kept arguing with God that I wanted to try to save more money. Just try to be prepared. Well, if anything I could have learned from that is even though I tried to save more money, all that extra money did come in handy for putting all the extra parts and stuff into the camper just to have like preventative maintenance. I replaced stuff probably didn't need to be replaced, but make sure that I had less of a chance of breaking down or something. You know, and I guess when I think about meeting Mark today, helping with that water pump, and the fact that we know so many of the same people 5 years of my life, from when I was, 4 or 5 years old until I was about 10 or whatever, 10, 11 or whatever. Once again, had I already been working, there's no way I wouldn't have met him, I don't think. I would have been there and helped him put in that water pump. I would have been parked somewhere else probably, wherever I'm working, or something. I would have been parked somewhere different because of where I was working. Or I'd be so pooped from working that I'd either been at work, maybe, and so ready for the good stuff. You know, I feel like big stuff is just around the corner. Like, I feel like, you know, I don't know how to explain it, but I feel like major financial abundance is coming or something. I sure hope it's coming soon. I felt it for a lot of my life, but I ain't getting any younger. So I sure hope it's just around the corner. Because it ain't like, it's not like I want that financial abundance, like, haha, I can have this and build this and build that. Yeah, I want to get some comfortable living stuff, you know. I mean, I like that little house. And I'd like to get a plow truck or something. You know, so in the winter I can just plow the driveway and not have to be out there shoveling or snow blowing, you know. You know, little stuff like that. They're not exactly cheap things, but you know, some different little things like that are kind of like toys, you know, I guess. But all that extra money, I just want to be able to help people and hope, and I believe that God is going to guide me with that. I believe that God's going to guide me, whether it's semi-locally, helping people. I think God's going to have me go travel and help people more. That's what I feel. I used to think I'd be wanting to help all these people around me and everything. And some of them I will, you know, because I'm supposed to, and God will guide me to it. But I feel more that most of the people I'm going to be helping are going to be somewhere in the journey, you know, further away, that God's going to guide me to. You know, so and because of my desire to travel around the country a bit and see some stuff, but yet have a home base here, I think that's probably how it's going to go. That I will be meeting people on the road that God sends me to. And I think part of the reason for that might be because it does when you really have your soul into helping somebody, it can be draining, you know, and you need to recharge sometimes. And as I'm seeing this develop in my mind as I'm talking about it, I can see where it makes sense to have me meet these people that God's going to send me to on the road around the country to help. So when I need to recharge, I can be at home where I can relax a little bit to recharge. And if I helped everybody around me, people might be showing up more often, you know, or something. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it all turns out. And if anything, like I was saying a couple days ago in one of my videos, that even if I died now, at least these videos that I got out there, I think are quite a bit to help a lot of people that might stumble onto them or find them, you know. Just sharing my struggles and how tough things have been, but yet I ain't losing my faith, you know. And I was happy, you know. Sometimes it hurts and I wish things were different, but God is pretty dang awesome. Getting burnt out on it though with no income, you know. And I keep having these debates with the Lord, you know, that I don't know, man. I feel like I have to. It's weird because I feel like I have to do something to get work to earn income. And every time I'm trying that, I'm not getting hired, but yet God provides, you know. I don't know, so I'm kind of lost a little bit. Knowing what I'm supposed to do. And I was just telling one of my friends the other day that I guess it doesn't really matter. I can keep applying for all these jobs. I can even go have good interviews. So they've all been really good interviews. And if I'm not supposed to work there, God ain't going to let it happen. If He's got a path ahead for me, He's going to make sure I'm on that path. I just hope I don't have to I'm hoping that I see the path that He's wanting me to go on, so it goes smoother. Because every time I fill out applications or go to these interviews, I feel like I'm going against God, kind of. I don't like it. But and part of that's because I feel pressured by society. And so many people telling me, oh, you gotta have a job, you gotta do this, you gotta do that, you know. I ain't afraid of work. I'm not afraid of work at all. Heck, at my age, worked in a foundry for 2.5 years. Hardest job I've ever worked, and I lit it up, you know. I will put myself into something and work hard. But my honest feelings, I'm not supposed to be doing that. I'm supposed to do something else. I'm supposed to be help of God. Or working for Him, however you want to say it. You know, I don't want to build myself up over it. Because it ain't the case. But shut that off and shut that off. So here I am at the library. Let's get my phone still charging. Yeah, I can maybe charge that more inside. We'll get that disconnected. Stop that. Exit that. Put this in my pocket. Get the keys out. Well, God bless you. Thanks for watching. And if you do talk to God today, tell Him I said hi and thanks. God bless you. I'll see you in the next one.